Yo, 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 what up? KT, what is up? What is up? I'm feeling a little bit better. I just thought maybe the boy come down here and get some me time, man. What's going on with you, man? What is up, Jose? Welcome to the stream, man. We just having a little bit of me time today. Just get down and talk about anything and everything. What's going on with you, brother? How you doing? KJT, man, it's good to see you in the building, man. What's going on, man? Man, I'm telling you, man, I wasn't feeling too good yesterday. It's crazy. That shot had me crazy yesterday. I was like, oh man, it's not good. And today, I'm still feeling it a little bit, but getting better. Let me know if you guys can hear me, though, loud and clear. I just got this new mic, so I'm making sure that it works. I haven't even tuned it up yet. You know what I'm saying? I may even get in the studio with it, even do a little, my own little get hype song. You know what it is, man. You know how we do. Dutch. I'm a Dutch. How about, he said, how about how you feel? I'm feeling okay, man. Just a little bit. Just a little bit under the weather, but getting better. Not looking forward to the second shot, but everything looks to be good. No, I don't need that. Ten by 10. Oh, decent mic. So am I coming in? You said hike it up a little bit. You can't hear me. Can you hear me, or do I need to speak louder? Let me know. If I haven't tuned it up yet, so I still got to tune it up a little bit. Make sure that it's working. So I'm just testing it right now through the stream. So let me know. I'm good now. Man, I had it turned all the way up, unless I just need to speak louder. But, my energy is like here right now. It's not here. I want to be here. But, again, that shot got me going crazy. So I don't know what they gave me, man. But it's insane. KJT, man, I'm going to be in the office tomorrow, man. So I get to spend some time with the new ones, the newbies, and make sure they're taken care of. So I don't know what your plans are, but that's where I'll be at in the office tomorrow. Devon, what's going on, my friend? Welcome, man. Welcome. Yeah, man, got that shot yesterday, the first dose. Felt like crap yesterday. Still feeling a little ill. But I am getting better, which is good. I don't take too good to shots, flu shots and stuff like that. So every time I get the flu shot, everything goes crazy. It's out the window. But again, I kind of expected this to happen. Hey, it's coronavirus. I don't know if I should be saying that on here, but it's that. And I mean, if it's something like the flu, then I expect it to be the same way. So, but I'm feeling better though. All is good. But I hope you guys have been doing well. It's just, staying safe out here, man, and doing your own thing and playing some PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. I'm tired of the noise, man. I'm so sick of the noise about, console wars and all that crazy stuff. That's why I don't even get into the thick of it. I leave it alone, let it be, because that's something that you can't control, especially when you have people that's passionate. about which console is better and what company is doing what. Both companies are going to be well. I mean, Sony's going to be fine. Microsoft is doing their thing. They're going to be fine. My sister-in-law is getting rich right now. She's happy. I'm pretty sure she's happy about that. I'm going to have to reach out to her and like, hey, share some of the wealth. She brought some Microsoft stock and stuff like that. So shout out to her. So she's probably like, yeah, she'll probably catch the stream. Firefly Gaming, what's up, man? Welcome, man. I appreciate you and Devon, though. You guys come through. You guys are loyal, man. You guys come through all the time. So I really appreciate that. So if I need some help on anything, you guys hook it up. So I really appreciate that. So I'm gonna do another Retro Friday and see how that goes. I'm gonna keep that up and going and see how that goes. If it's not popping off, I'll try to find something else to do, because right now I am all over the place. I haven't found my niche yet to figure this whole YouTube algorithm out and what to do. So I have a few ideas, but it's tough. You have to have the personality for this YouTube thing. So I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So what's going on? What's going on with you, though? What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me on this mic. I still got to tune it up. It's a pretty decent mic. Just got it today, so just thought I'd come down and hook it up and see what it's about. So it seems like it's sounding pretty good. So if you guys give me the good to go, so I know this mic is good to go. Yeah, man, just gotta figure it out. I mean, Google on their grind, but they doing their own thing though. So I'm just trying, like, dude, where are you leading me to? I'm like, this ain't happening. So I noticed a few things. When you search YouTube and stuff like that, and I'm like, man. So I mean, are you guys just picking out videos that just show up for me to watch? I'm like, what's that about? So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure YouTube out completely, and once I do figure it out, we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Other than that, again, I can't make this a full-time job. I have my own job. I work with the boy K Tubbs. So he's my right hand. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm his left hand, because he got a right hand. I'm not gonna mention his name on here unless he comes on here. But we like tight. So but yeah, man. You know what? I even want to try to start my own podcast, or just have streams like this and get on here and talk about anything and everything, man. Just do something, because I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know if that's appealing to anyone. Doing a little skits or whatever. But I'll figure it out. But yeah. But I was thinking about just doing a podcast. Have some of you guys, feature some of you guys, bring you on and like, hey, let's do something. Let's get something going, something, of our own or whatever. I don't know. But I'll definitely reach out to my guys and be like, hey, if you have the time, let's do something. Let's do something. But I hope you guys are feeling well, man. Again, it's crazy out in the world. Just stay safe and keep the peace and play video games, man. Just play games, man. That's what it's about. Just play video games. Forget it. It's just madness out here. So I was looking at this WWE 2K22. Now, I am a WWE fan. But I think the games just fell off. I don't know if you guys even like these games, but I'm interested to see what this one's gonna be about. I played a little bit of 2K1. I mean, yeah, 2K21, but really didn't get into it. So I don't know. I mean, I just said, hey, Jose, what is going on? So we need to get that MLB going. So I'm up for it. So if you're up for some MLB gameplay, I don't care whether it's on Xbox, PlayStation, let's get it going. So I'm all about that. But I have to definitely get on with my boys. They've been asking me to get on and play some Outriders. I got to get with my team. That's my squad. KT, if you're still here, man, I'm hoping that you join us. I'm looking forward to joining my guys, man, because they've been bugging me to get on. And, I've been telling these guys, yeah, I'm going to get on, man. So, we can get that fire going. But it's been a little crazy lately. So, and trying to get back in the move and swing of things, man, I really want to get on that. Okay. So I'll definitely let you know, because I'm not a big baseball fan, but I'm a baseball fan. I'm not a big fan, but I'm a fan. Growing up, my brother, he was a big Atlanta Braves fan, so I just jumped on the bandwagon because, baseball wasn't my thing. It's always been basketball or football. So those two sports were, in the bag. But baseball was like, I can't do it. It's almost like golf to me. I'm like, I can't sit at a baseball game and watch people strike out. I can't do that. You gotta entertain me, man. But I'll play some baseball though, so don't worry about that. I'll definitely get it, and we'll get some live gameplay. And even if you want to, we can live stream it, man. We can. I don't care if you want to YouTube it or Twitch it up. We can do either or. Just I'll let you know. Give me pointers. You king, all right, king. I hear you. You king, all right. So and one thing I have to let you know though, I love a challenge. So if you challenge me, bring your A game, man. Now I sound crazy right there. So yeah, but I do love a challenge though. So I look forward to it. Firefly Gaming, what's going on, man? Devon, what's going on, man? What you guys up to? What have you been up to, man? How you living? So we here, man. We here. I mean, we could talk about anything and everything, man. Whatever it is right now, whatever it is. I'm trying my best to, I guess I could say I spend too much time on Twitter. I need to stay off Twitter. Social media altogether. I do, chime in from time to time. I listen to the boy Marlon, just to see what the updates are. I do some research myself, see what's going on. But again, it's just too much, too much going on right now, and trying to get into so much stuff and, and conversations about, this and that. One thing that you got to understand, you're a grown man at the beginning of the day, you know what I'm saying? And, people are going to be passionate about what they're going to be passionate about when it comes to gaming, whether it's console, PC, mobile. It is what it is. And then some people can just, come in and, they think they're experts on everything. So I'm like, man, should I get into this or should I even talk about it? Nah, I don't want to entertain it. So that's why I try to stay out of it as much as I can, and, and just focus on what's in front of me, and, and be a realist about it. Just going to school, that's about it. Working and family. I should, flip-flop that. Family and work. trying to keep my sanity. Shout out to KT Carl Tubbs. He's been a big supporter of me. If I wanted to reach out and chit chat with him, he knows what's up. So he knows my story. But yeah, just family and work, man. Trying to keep my head above water and maintain and just maintain. You want to try your best to stay positive out here, man. Keep that positive energy as much as you can, and stay focused and do you. And that's something that I've been trying to do, and going through my own therapy, everyday therapy. So, but all is well. All is well. All right, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the chat, but I got 6 viewers. Come on, let's go, man. Let's get it. What do we want to do? What do we want to talk about? Now, let me see. Did I miss something? Oh, he said, "Dang, Marlon preached today was funny." What was that about? I missed it. I mean, again, I try to stay off. I haven't been on lately. I think I came through yesterday and dropped a 50 on him, and because I know he's out here grinding and he's doing his thing. So, I wish him, all the success, and the same for you guys too. Whatever you guys decide to do, man, I wish you guys success as well. And that's real talk, and just again, you got to stay positive. But hopefully he stayed true to himself, and and keep doing this thing. Just keep doing this thing, and he's gotta. Sometimes you gotta brush that negativity to the side and focus. You gotta focus, man, because that's something that's out of your control. You cannot control what other people say, what other people do. You can only control you. Period. So I'm preaching right now. I need to put on the suit, huh? Pratcher preached about Sony being greedy. What's his first name? Mike Pratcher. It sounds familiar. What do you have to say about Sony being greedy about what? Oh, and it was just outrageous for launching old games for $70. Well, all right. Well, it has to be to each their own, man. It's whatever you want to do. Okay? I mean, it's not like, just fell off the truck yesterday. We all knew that there was going to be some games that was going to be $70, some games that's going to be $60, and especially when you got a new generation of consoles, with the technology these days and what's in those consoles, it takes a lot of resources to make games, dude. And I'm no expert, but I have done my research, so I can agree and say, to a certain extent with the price tag, but it's to each their own. If you're willing to, take out your wallet and spend $70 on a game, and that's it. That's pretty much it. But you can also have the conversation to agree to disagree, and that's totally fine too, as long as at the end of the day you both come to an understanding. Like, okay, here it is. So if Pratchett thinks Sony is being greedy, I haven't read the article, if there's an article about it, or seen the video if there's a video about it. So I'm gonna do that first before I make or pass judgment, unless you guys want to share with me if he just went in on Sony and said Sony is just greedy, and he put extra in it. then we can talk about that. So, valid reason to ask for a raise. Sir, I deserve a raise to keep up with the price of video game inflation. Ask for a raise, sir. I deserve it. Tim, what's going on, brother? Welcome, man. We talking about anything and everything right now, man. What's going on with you? Then he was talking about how you have to pay an extra amount of for DLCs and other things inside the games on top of it. Is Devon, is that something new? At this point in gaming, is any of that new? With last gen, we had to do that. So think about it. At the end of the day, it's business. Okay? It doesn't take one to have a degree to understand business. Period. If you sold lemonade before, if you sold anything in your life, you can say a little bit about business. Okay? So so that's why I don't want to intertwine with that, because it's nothing new. It's nothing new with the whole DLCs and all right. So let me ask you guys a question then. I want you guys to be honest with me. So let's say Sony comes out with PS6, PlayStation 6, right? Microsoft comes out with the Xbox, whatever it's going to be called. Okay, you go through that life cycle. 7 years, new consoles drop, then bam, $80 for a game. $80 for a game. Matter of fact, let me back up a little bit. $75 for a game. I think I was being too what's the word? Too up there. Tim will correct me. He'll correct me. Shout out to Tim though, because myself, Tim my man, he, we sit down and we chit chat too, and this guy has a lot of freaking knowledge, and his intellect is through the freaking roof. So he understands the game. So shout out to Tim. Thank you for joining, Tim. I hope you're still getting your grapes fed to you. I'm gonna try to get my wife to feed me grapes, and some orange slices or something. So shout out to Tim. And it's man, I want to talk about so much with that, but you guys have to share with me what else was in that video or article that Pratchett was talking about. So if he came out and he was screaming about, Sony charging gamers $70 for a game, and also what's in the news is Microsoft with Game Pass and this whole day one narrative, all that to me is funny. It's funny to me, it's their businesses, their companies, so they're gonna figure that out, and at the same time, you have to make sure that when you do put yourself in that space, that you have your audience paying attention to you. Your audience is paying attention to you, like, okay, I see what this team is doing. What are we doing over here? Right? So now you got that back and forth going on. So I'm like, do you really want to be a part of that? You see what I'm saying? Because there's nothing that the audience, if the audience speaks up in abundance, that can change the scope of things when it comes to these gaming companies, because they will pay attention. They was like, oh man, we got some noise in the airways here. All over social media, Twitter, whatever the case may be, we need to tweak some things. But if they don't get that noise back, man, guess what? We're going to charge you $70 for a game. You either buy it or you don't buy it. Period. To me, it's funny how these fanboys complain about $70 games but go and buy 1K. Yes. You know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So one thing that, again, I'm going to say to each their own, you go and you spend, let's say, I don't know, $2,000 for a TV, 2,300 for a PC build, 1K for a cell phone. That's fine. It's your money. You can do whatever you want with your money. Okay? And when I listen to that, I try to soak all that in. And what I'm talking about is when you hear those, or you pay attention to those who are complaining about it all. And I'm like, wait a minute. Does that make any Tim, help me out here, brother. Help me out here. Does that make any sense? You spend all this money on this, but you complain about a 70. Okay, so the console costs what? $500, right? You spend $500 on a console, but you complain about a $70 game. I mean, you purchased the console for a reason, to play games, right? And I understand, trust me, I definitely understand, because we all know as gamers, a $60 price tag, we're familiar with that. $60 and below, we're familiar with those price tags. But as technology continues to develop, and it's going to get a little pricey. It's going to get a little pricey. So you have to come in with at least some expectations, or some man, sometimes the words just slip my mind. You have to come into that space thinking like, okay, so what to expect this time around? Okay, this is what they're advertising. Because think about TVs, right? So let's say, you have your CES, right? Samsung, Sony, and all the other, TV companies that come out with these TVs, and they're like, man, that Samsung freaking 4K TV looks great. QLED or OLED, whatever you're looking at the time. But I can almost guarantee you the price tags are different from last CES. They're going to be different. So you have to expect that when it comes to, certain other electronics, like, from the gaming side of things. But I just don't understand. Sometimes I just don't understand the logic behind, when you spend so much money on certain things, but then you complain about, purchasing something that's not even close to half of what you spent. It's like a drop in the bucket. So that's crazy to me. Also, I want the best 4K, 8K ray tracing, 120 hertz, or even 144. Hey, I am looking forward to. I have the Sony Bravia. I think it's a 70-inch. I don't know. I don't remember how big this TV is. Behind the PC here, and I'm waiting for the update on that. So hopefully I'm making some sense. If I'm not making any sense, you guys let me know, man. Give me your opinions. And weed is about to be legal across the board. So where's all my money gonna go? Games, weed, and hot pockets. He said, games, weed, and hot pockets. Yo, hey, Tim. I had to turn down that order, man, because they reached out to me and they said that it didn't look good. If you know what I'm talking about, what we talked about last time, the picture didn't look good at all. So I was like, well, I'm not going to pay for that. I'm not going to pay for that at all, because it's going to look crazy if we go through that process. And then they're like, okay, dude, you could tell it's not authentic. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I just told him, I just asked him for a refund. You're speaking facts though. Well, that's it's. You know what? I'm not going. I'm only speaking my opinion on this because I am I want to be humble about this. I want to be you know at the table giving my feedback to you guys on what I think, and also get you guys' feedback on what you think, because you can say, nah, Pat, I don't agree with you on that. I think this and this, and that's one thing I do. That's one thing that I do is respect other people's position on whatever it is. If we agree to disagree, that's just it. Because I mean, how else are you going to sit down and have these conversations, and be able to communicate with each other without throwing too much of your feelings into it? Because once you throw too much of your feelings into it, you kind of lose yourself in the mix of it all, and then that's when others will come back at you and they reel you in. They really and again, they say all sorts of things about you, and then now they got you because now you're heated, you're upset, you're responding to it. So I'm like, no, don't. And and I shared that advice too. I'm like, look, don't entertain that, because once you entertain that, you're not only you're hurting your brand. Okay, you focus on your brand. Don't worry about whatever everybody else is saying in the comment section that's negative. Leave that alone. You stick to the positive and keep it moving. Ignore that. Sometimes there's just some now if it's something that's going against who you are, and you find out about it, speak up. Hey, but you want to speak not directly to a certain individual. Just to share, just share how you feeling at that time, and say, hey, this is not who I am. This is who I am, and this is who have always been, and who I'm going to be, right now and tomorrow. So when you guys get on, guess what? This is who you're getting. Period. But also at the same time, I can speak for myself. I have an on and off switch. So if you guys feel like I'm getting carried away, let me know, man. Let me know. Just like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't understand you right now. $100 for a FF game because of how much gameplay there is. Are you talking about Final Fantasy? Oh, okay. So you agree with me on my opinion. Thanks, Firefly. I appreciate that. Tim, you talking about Final Fantasy? Oh, read previous message. I think video games should be priced based on how many hours of gameplay you get out of it. Example, Final Fantasy is 100 plus. I'm going to assume that's Final Fantasy. It's 100 plus hours for $60. A movie ticket is $20 for 2 hours. Dude. And that's what I'm talking about, Tim. That's why I love you, Tim. Dude. Now, I do have an issue when you have a game priced at $60 and you have a short campaign. Then it's come on, let's talk about that, because how much information are you putting out there? And we do get that from time to time before games do drop. We will get reviews. We'll get reviews before the games drop out or come out, and then you get that little spill within that one paragraph. Say, hey, this campaign is only like 6 hours. I'm like, wait a minute, 6 hours, and you trying to charge me $70 for this for a 6 hour? No, I want more based on what the game is. Now, based on what the game is, okay. So I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not gonna spend $70 for that. Now, here's what I will do. I will wait till it comes, the price comes down a little bit and then purchase it. And that's something that I've been doing for a long time. I'm like, I would look at games and be like, no, I'm not paying $60 for that game. That's crazy. That's insane. So I'll just wait until the price come down, and it doesn't matter because if it's a year before the price drops, or I just wait until the holidays, because usually the holidays, that's when prices of games just drop, maybe $10 or whatever. So that's when I'll jump on it and be like, okay, I'll take it and keep it moving. But again, that's to each their own. And now there's certain types of games that I love to play that I'm willing to spend $70 for. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, because I don't have to apologize for it. It's $70 of my money. So if I want to buy Ratchet and Clank if it was $80, okay, now I'm being too modest here. If it was $70, I think I did a video on that, a little skit on that. But speaking in general, and I'm a Ratchet and Clank fan, I'm gonna buy the game. Just my opinion. That's just me. I would have said Call of Duty, but people enjoyed the online gameplay. But I don't, so I'm not paying $60 for a 5-hour campaign. I did not get the last Call of Duty. Before all the issues and problems that was, coming out, I was like, man, I would say Black Ops 2 was the last favorite. I did play, I did purchase Modern Warfare. And we did play a little bit of the multiplayer, with Tim, with some of my with the guys, who I'm talking about. And it just doesn't, I don't know, man. Call of Duty is just gonna have to reel me back in some way, somehow. They're gonna have to come out with something to get me back. Because the campaigns are not long at all, but some of the campaigns for some of the Call of Duties are pretty good. That they are pretty good. So, it was worth playing, Modern Warfare and some others. But there were some Call of Duties that were like, dude, I can't believe I spent $60 on this game. This is crazy. What was it? Was it Call of Duty? Was it Black Ops 3 when they came out with that futuristic? I couldn't get into that, so I was upset on that. So, but it is what it is, and it was too late to get my money back. But you know what, Firefly. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Now, there are some games out. Now, again, to each their own. To each their own. There are some games out there that catches, your gaming. Like, yes, this game looks pretty good, pretty decent. Now, in my own opinion, I enjoyed Little Nightmares 2. I enjoyed streaming that with you guys. That game was pretty neat, and I thought it was underrated. Period. I thought it should have been a $50 game. Even though it was 2 hours. 2 hours of gameplay. If you play it through without missing anything, and you know what you're doing. And again, I appreciate the love from you and Devon for coming through and assisting me with it. And I thought the game was unique in its own way. Again, I thought it was underrated. And would I would have paid 50 bucks or $60 for it? Yeah, I would have done it. It depends on the game also. So that's one aspect I didn't throw in there. So it depends, man. And again, thank you for coming through, for showing some love on that. And I think I got Little Nightmares too. Did I get it for $30? I think I purchased the actual deluxe edition. I think it was like $30. Should we even talk about Cyberpunk? I think everybody's exhausted from Cyberpunk right now, right? Am I right? And I still don't have Cyberpunk. I was waiting for the PS5 version. I mean, I don't have the Xbox. I mean, I could have got it on Xbox, One X, but no, no. I wanted it on PS5, so I was waiting on that. So I didn't. That whole thing was just crazy. You know, that whole thing was crazy. Oh man, I mean, you guys may even have to fill me in on Cyberpunk because um, I forgot the developers behind it. I forgot their name, but how did that turn out when it came to refunds? I heard a little bit about the refunds on it, but I didn't go into I didn't read too much into it. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. That's one of the most anticipated games that was to come out, and a lot of gamers were looking forward to that game. And I was like, man, I'm looking forward to this too. So I was like, man, PS5, can't wait to get the PS5 version and go CD Projekt Red. Okay, that's right. And thanks for that. And I was like, man, this insane. So I was watching, one of Marlon's stream at one time, and he was going over that as well. And I was like, man, what is really going on here, man? Just give me my PS5 version. And then when he showed, I think it was one video I saw on YouTube that someone was playing the game and a car flipped out of nowhere. I don't know. It just flipped out of nowhere, dude. I was like, yo, the car just came out of nowhere. That's insane. So I'm like, this is what they. All right. Well, let me ask you guys this. Now, one of my boys was telling me this. When you create your character, how in depth can you create your character? And let me see if I can, emphasize on that a little bit more. From what he was telling me, that you can walk around naked, like naked. So I don't know if you guys know that or not. I was like, dude, are you serious? He was like, yeah, you can create your own. Pause. And I was like, yo, that's I'm like, why would they do that? That's insane. So just imagine a parent walking in on their kid and they're creating their character and like, what the hell is this? So he was telling me that. I was like, yo, that's insane. Why would they put that in a video game? I mean, little kids are gonna get their hands on that. Big controversy. Hold on. Cyberflop was a fail. That is where that you can customize everything. I kind of didn't believe it, but I was like, dude, are you serious? You can, because there was a lot, when I was looking at like some of the photos, right, of the game, and they did stress, the I don't know if I can say this on here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The sexuality aspect of the game, because I'm like, dude, I mean, what's going on here? And also on social media, you can see some posts too. I was like, I mean, are they really doing this? And when he told me that, so I was like, well, can you interact in this game? And he was like, nah, you can't. So I was like, this is interesting and silly at the same time. Big controversy about Zex pushing the programmers 100 work weeks to make the deadline, and look what happened. Totally broken game. And Zex have no business sense. Dude, Tim, you know what we talked about. Getting at the table and asking questions. Who approved this? No. Don't add any extra. Who approved this? Period. So I don't know where Sony was at the table, or if they even made it to the meeting, and who said what. Like, don't rush it. If you have a game like that has created a buzz of that caliber, dude, don't rush it. I don't care if God of War Ragnarok doesn't come out for another 2 years. Dude, don't rush it. Make sure you come out with a quality, playable game that I can sit down and enjoy myself with little to no issues. Period. There's always going to be little bugs here and there, but give me something that I can play where I don't come back and say, man, this is garbage. I gave you $70 to $80 for this game, and this is what I get. Take your time, man. Take your time. Take your time on these games, man. And I have to give Phil Spencer props, because he mentioned it. He mentioned it. He was like, look, I'd rather have games that come out. Now that's Microsoft issue on that one gaming, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I was around for that buzz. But he did mention that, hey, I'd rather have quality games come out, that's ready to go, and not to put something out. And I think this was after the whole Cyberpunk buzz. I think he did an interview, and it just, I'm like, okay, yeah, do that. Just do that, man. Give me good games. Give me good games to play that's worth the $70 or the 100. I don't know what is it, like $172 for Game Pass. I don't know. I don't remember what the price is, but give me something. Should have delayed it and made it a workable game. Now reputation is gone. Yes. The last time I read something on CD Projekt Red, excuse me, it was on Twitter, and they were apologizing. And to me, I didn't see, because, I mean, you would think, when you have, this big of a controversy, especially with, something of this caliber, you definitely have to say something. I mean, you can't just sit on it and not say anything. So how do you fix the issue? You have to fix the issue. You have to say something. You have to come back and say, hey, we got to fix this. And I don't know if there was any back and forth between them and Sony on it, but that's a business thing that that they have to come to the table and talk about and be like, hey, what's going on with this? And there you go, your reputation. Because once it's out there, on social media, dude, it's hard. It's very tough to to get yourself back. It's very tough to get yourself back, because now you have to build yourself. It's like you can have the most immaculate resume in the world. You know, you work here, you work there, you work here, you work there. I mean, everybody's praising you. You know, Pat, man. I mean, you're doing it big, man. You got this, and this. This guy is the GOAT. Pat's the GOAT. Tim's the GOAT. Jose's the GOAT. Devon is GOAT. Man, all you guys are GOATs. The greatest thing since sliced bread. Let me see. Martin's bread. That's the bread that I eat. The best thing since sliced bread. And then one hiccup, one slip up, and you're done. You're like, wow. Now, how do I get myself back to that status? Because even though you're going to remember everything that I did that was great, but that one little sore that's going to stick out is where I messed up. Everyone's going to remember that. So that's where CD Projekt Red is right now. So that's why I see that issue. They should never cave to consumer demand. Yes, I would rather wait until 2022 for God of War Ragnarok to be awesome instead of Rush. Yes. And you know what, Tim? That goes for any game. That goes for any game. I mean, if you... Here's my thing. We all know Microsoft is buying up all these studios, right? So great. So now you need that return on investment, right? So you got all these studios. I'm digressing a little bit, but I'll get back. You got all these studios, okay? Now the expectation is here, because the buzz is so great that everybody's paying attention. Everybody's paying attention now. All gamers are paying attention. It doesn't matter what system. All gamers are paying attention. All gamers are paying attention now. Okay, let's see what they do. Let's see what they come out with. AAA titles, right? Quadruple A titles, right? Let's see what they come out with. This whole console war thing would never end. It's not going to end. It's not going to end. So if Phil Spencer is true to his word on the Microsoft gaming side when it comes to putting out quality games and making sure that they're ready before they come out, you know, they sign off on it, then they're good to go. Game Pass will sustain itself. Game Pass will sustain itself if these studios come out with those quality games. Bam. Done. It's business. Here we go. Let's go. And I guarantee you that fan base is going to grow. Period. So I'm not going to get into what should Sony do. That's another, unless you guys want to talk about that. It's just that make sure. Well, let's talk about some of the games that's coming out for PlayStation 5. And I just heard today that Deathloop got delayed again. Deathloop got delayed again? So, and that's good. But that's good, though. But that's good. That's good because you definitely want to make sure that the game that a lot of gamers are looking forward to playing comes out almost to pristine perfection, if that makes sense. And you got a game that you can sit at your house and play, not, you know, with you and your friends, whatever type of game it is. So when you come back and you give your review of that game, you're like, hey, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. This is worth the $70 that I paid for this game. Okay? So it doesn't matter what console. Or even on PC. Could have learned from Square Enix. How long did Final Fantasy VII Remake take to remake? Crazy demand for years, but they took their time, and it was still a success. Final Fantasy VII Remake was the game that I was, looking forward to because I was so excited. I'm pretty sure if you love Final Fantasy and you were looking forward to this game as well. So when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, I was like, yes. So now this is my opportunity to pass judgment. Let's see what Square is giving us today. So sat down, played the game. This is it. This is what I wanted. Now, do I have my opinion on certain things? Yes. But the game was just enough to satisfy me. I was like, yes, this is great. This is beautiful. Wait, when you think about it, it is a tricycle, a unicycle with training wheels. Wait, when you think about it, is a tricycle a unicycle with training wheels? You know what? The slot. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. What do you think about this? Is the glass half full or half empty? So to answer your question, is a tricycle a unicycle? I might think it too hard about that. No, it's a tricycle, dude. I mean, if you got three wheels hooked to a frame to get you from point A to point B, I mean, three wheels, try. I'll leave it at that, but we can talk about that more though. We could joke here. Your name is Crunchy Healing, huh? You can start up a salad company. I'm not getting that one. Help me out on that one. Maybe that one went over my head. Yeah, and Cyberpunk got delayed 5 times, and it still came out. Yes, it got delayed 5 times. So there had to be reasons why that game got delayed 5 times. Okay, and they had to. If you have a scope on a project, and sometimes the scope of that project changes. So if you knew that whatever that you were working on or preparing to put out there, and you knew it wasn't ready, you have to go back to the table. You have to go back to the table. It's just like Spider-Man, okay? Freaking, was it Spider-Man 1 or 2? One of the Spider-Man, I haven't seen him in a long time. And, the doctor was telling freaking my man, like, no, we got to go back. No, this ain't ready, man. This ain't ready. You're going to go crazy if you take this. Don't take that pill, man. But anyways, let's get back. Let's get back here. So for it to be delayed 5 times, something's going on. Something's not right here, okay? And yes, we have the whole health crisis going on, and you have people here and there. You have your developers here and there, and I understand that. I can only speak for myself. I understand that. So that's why I'm not worried when it comes to video games, because I love to play video games. It doesn't matter what console or on PC. I grew up playing video games from Atari, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I don't care. There's no love lost for neither console. Take your time. Take your time with the game, man. I don't care, because I have no control over that. I have to wait until the game comes out to play it. I have to. So I understand the passion from gamers, and that's fine. That's fine. So that's why I stay out of that as much as I can and be like, hey, take your time with it. But for it to be delayed 5 times and then come out and still, somebody needs to be fired, or somebody need to answer some questions. Cause let me ask you guys, didn't they get paid? They got paid, didn't they? I know they got paid. Why did Hawkins die? Cause he needed to update his Windows, or no, he turned off his VPN. The slot. What are we talking about, man? now I'm starting to wonder a little bit and laugh at the same time. Talk to me. All right, gotta go eat my grapes. Check you later. Hey Tim, thanks for coming through, man. I really appreciate it. You know, enjoy your grapes. No homo. Go eat your grapes, man. Sorry, man. I was just kidding, hoping you're having a wonderful. Oh no, dude. I didn't take anything as a, that you were throwing anything at me, because that's why I like to ask questions first before I make an assumption. I make stories up in my head, and because I don't want to come at anybody and be like, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? What are you talking about? No. I don't have time for that. My energy is valuable, and I'm pretty sure you guys' energy is valuable too, right? But I can't speak for you guys. I can only speak for myself. So I am not gonna. First of all, I'm a grown ass man. And I'm not going to get into an argument with another grown-ass man. Unless you mess with my family. Okay? You can mess with me emotionally. I don't care. I got thick skin. Let's if you want to have some comedy on here, dude, we can do comedy all day long. Let's get it. Let's go, and let's have some fun doing it. But if you cross the line and mess with family, I can care less about anything. I know my guys, they can handle their own. So if you mess with family, then we got a problem. But other than that, man, everything else is game. It's fair game. Bring it. But you didn't do anything. Why did Stephen Hawkins pass? He needed to update his Windows, or maybe he turned off his VPN. Stephen Hawkins. He was a very interesting guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he believed in. I don't want to turn this into that type of conversation, but I don't think he believed in God at all. Correct me if I'm wrong, the slot, if you can. He believed, in some other things, and, about the universe and all some other things. So please correct me if I'm wrong there. Oh, dude, you there's no reason for another person to disrespect another person. And I have grown to understand what all that means, because I grew up around some people that were very, very, very what's the word, knowledgeable. I mean, had a lot of wisdom. And especially my grandmother, she had a lot of wisdom. And there were times that, I would sit on my grandmother's couch and she would just share her wisdom with me, because I was very open-minded about a lot of things, and I had a lot of questions. And, she would tell me, you got to elevate above it all. You got to rise above the madness. And, because you don't gain anything from it. So if you come into something negative all the time, you have to ask yourself now, at the end of that negativity, what did you gain? Did it make you happy? Did it make you successful? Because everything is temporary. Life is temporary, dude. That's one thing that we cannot get away from, and that's death. Because right now we're living, but we cannot escape death. Because one day we're not going to be here, and I hate to put that in here. I mean, that's just, I hate to go there, but that was just some wisdom that she shared with me. So she was like, rise above the madness. ignore all that. And another thing that, she kind of shared with me was that, for someone to take the time and spend their energy to talk about you, to say anything about you, whether it's positive or negative, or even think about you, then you must be the shit. Because why would another person have you on their mind? So just, dude, soak all that in, and build yourself up from that. Just build up from that. Slot, you are on fire, man. You are on fire. What do you got here? What you got? Hey, man, all joke aside, what's your opinion on Dude, look, the last Grand Theft Auto that I played was Vice City. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. The last Grand Theft Auto that I played was Vice City. I never got around to San Andreas. I never got around to 4 and 5 at all, because my focus was elsewhere. And what I'm going to do, though, I am going to go play 5. I am going to go play 5 because there's been a lot of talks about, the possibility of 6. So I want to get back into that Grand Theft Auto mode. So I want to go play 5. I'm not worried about San Andreas. I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up playing them anyway. But I want to go play 5 because there's a lot of talk about 5 and before I get into 6. Now, if Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, then I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be excited about it. Even if they show it at E3, I'm looking forward to E3. If they come out and show it at E3, then I'm like, yo, that's insane. That's crazy. Are they even going to be at E3? But if they show it whenever, that'll be great. That'll be great. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of hype around that, a lot of buzz. So I haven't seen anything on Grand Theft Auto 6. So if you guys know something that I don't know, please share it. Share it, man. Oh, that's right. The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory he believed in. I have to be honest with you. From a spiritual standpoint, but I respected his position. I respect everybody's position and what they believe in. That's one thing that I don't take away from nobody. Whatever you believe in is whatever you believe in. I have no space on this planet to tell you what to believe in and what not to believe in. I can only speak for myself. Okay? So when I give you guys my opinion, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not telling you that you're wrong. You should believe in this. Nope. That's not me, and it never will be me. Okay? Because right there, then now I put myself in a space where I have to prove myself. Every single time I'm going to have to prove myself, because that's when the whole debate comes on, and you're like, okay, then prove to me this, then what about this? And then I have no clue. And I got to go do research. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know you was going to come at me like that. So, but me personally don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. Okay. Because it's just that it's a theory. Because when you have theory behind something, then it's like, okay, it's a theory. So now, before I come at you, I'm going to go do my research first so that I'm prepared. I have to come prepared. I can't come at you and say, okay, then prove to me this is, well, this is this and that. Then I sound stupid. I sound really stupid. So I have to make sure that I have what I need to have to come to the table and fight. So we can have that discussion. I mean, that's what it's all about, is communicating effectively with each other so that we can understand each other better. and, and not tear each other down and be like, hey, you know, no, you're wrong. No, forget all that. Forget all that. I hear you, dude. Let's talk about it. Oh, this was I believe in science, not God. Okay. I respect that. I respect that. Oh, that's so sweet. When you explain about your grandmother, that's sweet. I miss my granny. I haven't seen her for 3 years. There's people that that you have in your life that really leaves imprints on you, or they leave the footprints in the sand for you to, walk in, and you become so close to them. You're like, man, I love this guy, or I love this woman. I love what they're about. It makes sense what they're talking about. And everybody has their own truths, okay, whether you believe them or not. It's just, it makes sense, because we all grow up in an environment and we're taught certain things, and that's what we run with. So me personally, I had to say, wait a minute. I'm hearing different things from all sides here. Okay, I have this person telling me this person telling me that, this person telling me this. Then you got it, in the news, and then you got other things down here and books and et cetera, et cetera. So there's so much information that's coming in from all sides. You have to say, so I sat back and said, wait a minute, hold on. This is driving me nuts. So what is the truth here? So I had to do some research, and I had to ask questions. So I had to think for myself. I had to use my own mind and said, wait a minute. So if you're saying it happened this way, and this person is saying it happened this way, it confuses you. So what do you do from there? How do you figure it out? It's crazy. It's mind-boggling sometimes. So I have to use my own brain. I have to do it myself. I have to say, you know what? And sometimes you just have to take. Sometimes you take sides. You say, hey, this makes sense. This makes more sense to me than what was given to me over here. So I'm gonna still consider what was said over here, but I'm gonna see if I can mirror the two up and say, okay, this line matches up with this line, but I don't want to muddy the water too much, because then I may have an artificial truth. Yeah, you don't want to have an artificial truth. So I started to use my own mind and say, hey, and ask a lot of questions, and like, okay, I want to make sure that what I'm getting here is truth, because I don't want to be giving false truths to someone else. So if I don't know the answer to something, I'm going to ask a question with a question. So the slot or Firefly or any of you guys, you ask me like, well, what do you think about this? Then I'm going to say, okay, then what do you think about this? Okay. Sometimes I would do that, but I will give you my thoughts on it, but I'm still going to ask the question after that and be like, then what do you think about it? Because I would like to get it from your perspective, because I can learn something from you guys. There could be something that you guys can share with me that I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I didn't see it in that way. So now my perspective is starting to change a little bit. So doesn't mean I'm going to accept what you're giving me, but I'm going to sit back. I'm going to assess the conversation that we just had overnight and think about it and just come back and say, you know what, Firefly, you made some sense there, man. I appreciate the conversation. I never thought about it. Or, the slot. Thank you, man. I appreciate you sharing that with me, because now I can take what you gave me and mold it into something to help better my life, because it could be something that could help me with my life. And I'm like, I didn't think of it like that. So if I take the advice that you just gave me,
or how you believe it to be, and entertain it a little bit and see if it works. And if it works for me, bet, let's do it. We both happy. And I'm gonna reach out to you and say thank you, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. Doom 5 looks so different now. It's completely different. Change map things you can do. You can do man. Doom 5 looks so different now. It's completely different. Change map things you can do, you can't do before. It's so crazy. Oh, so I don't know how to go into it then, because I do want to play 5. And now, when you say that the maps have changed, is that due to updates or DLCs? Well, updates. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of updates to freaking 5. It's been out for years. Grand Theft Auto's been out. Didn't that come out on? I thought that came out like on PS3 or Xbox 360, right? Again, I haven't played 5, so I don't remember. I know it came out a long time ago. Yes, apparently Rockstar has a big announcement regarding the franchise, but it's rumored, and it would be the remastered version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Wait a minute. Well, let me ask you guys this. So, if Rockstar was to come out with Grand Theft Auto 5 remastered, would you guys purchase it? Would you guys purchase a remastered version of Grand Theft Auto 5? I'm saying it like I played it already. But the reason why I'm asking, because it's been out so long. It's been out for a long time. So why would they remaster Grand Theft Auto 5? That's just me speaking in general. I believe they would be at E3. Okay, it's so weird. It looks so different now. Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm like, oh my God, what? That's crazy. Now, is that crazy it looks different in a good way, the slot, or a crazy way, like, what are you guys doing? You're killing me. This is not what I wanted. Maybe it's Mars. I don't know if Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm unsure. Yeah, I agree. That's true. I mean it happens. What's your favorite video game series? My favorite video game series, The Slot. Welcome to the stream. Now, I did put it out. I did put a challenge out on Twitter a while back, and my favorite video game of all time, and someone was able to guess it, like in, I don't know, maybe like an hour. I don't remember. Now, you may think I'm crazy, but my video games series were the Ninja Gaiden series. When Ninja Gaiden came out on the Nintendo, that was just it for me. And there's a lot of great games out there. I played all the Zeldas, Metal Gear, whatever. But when I first played Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo, one of my friends, see, we didn't have the Nintendo at that time when it first came out. And one of my friends that I went to school with had a Nintendo at the time. And he would bring it over to the house. And, we would play Excite Bike, and we would play Mario, whatever. He used to have like a whole bag of Nintendo games. And then he had Ninja Gaiden. So I was like, man, where did you get this game from, man? I'm loving this game, dude. And then I used to play it so much that my mom, she only came at me one time. She was like, boy, you better get out this house and go play with the other kids. Go play some football or something. So I was like, Mom, okay, that's fine. I didn't want to disrespect my mom and get a beating and a whooping, whatever. And because that's what happened back then. You know, if you disrespect your mom, I mean, she got to you. And so some things happen, and crazy story. Some things happen, and then I will always, like, when I would come home from school and go straight to the room, straight to Ninja Gaiden, whatever you want to call it, potato, straight to Ninja Gaiden. And my mom would just leave me alone. And she was like, hey, as long as you getting your grades up in school, I mean, your grades are good in school, and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're not in trouble, I don't care what you do. You can stay in that room all day long. You're not bothering me. I was like, bet. So Ninja Gaiden, the first one, and then when he brought over the second one, and I think when the second one came out, that's when we finally got our Nintendo. My mom brought us a Nintendo for Christmas, and she would always stay on it. I'm like, Mom, you know, can we play? And my mom wasn't. That's the only system that she's ever played, and she loved the Nintendo for some reason. She just loved it, like blah 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 blah. And so Ninja Gaiden. I'm not going to carry too much on about that. So Ninja Gaiden has just been my favorite, man. I have a lot of other favorite games as well. I mean, good games, you know, that I enjoy playing, you know, over my 30 plus years. But Ninja Gaiden was my favorite. Oh, did I miss anything? I don't want to miss anything. Oh, I mean, the slide. I'm not sure if you were asking me or asking someone in the chat, but I just shared it with you. Maybe update you 2013 or 14 Firefly if you want. It depends if they added anything different, like more to the story or different online features. Yes, despite the fact that on different platforms it's different, so maybe it'll depend on what platform you're currently on. Different in a good way, unexpected, very unexpected. I would not purchase Grand Theft Auto 5 Remastered because nothing would be different except graphics. You know? There you go. I mean, what else? Well, my question would be, what else can you add to Grand Theft Auto 5? I mean, you're gonna, I don't know, would you run out of ideas? I mean, because wouldn't you, I mean, it's gonna definitely get to a point where, you know, the, that graph is gonna start to drop. And what I mean by that is, like, okay, now the gamers are gonna be like, okay, we want the next installment now. And then you're gonna notice that, oh man, not a lot of gamers playing Grand Theft Auto 5 anymore. So what are we doing here? What are we doing? We gotta do something. So hopefully they're working Grand Theft Auto 6, because if they work Grand Theft Auto 6, that would still kind of keep Grand Theft Auto 5 alive a little bit, but Grand Theft Auto 6, yes. I love Ninja Gaiden. Yes, man. Yes, I'm definitely gonna pick up the Master Collection. I'm gonna stream that once I get it. So I'm looking forward to that one. Jose, I'm still gonna beat you in the MLB, man. I'm still. You know what, Jose? I don't care if you king. You can be the king. You can wear the crown. You can sit on the throne. Hey, you can have the kingdom, but you haven't beaten me. I haven't beaten you, but I will beat you. That. Would be awesome. Imagine, right, how if they updated to the browser to, like, there's a search engine similar to, or just Google itself, like an extra case you want some. Okay. Okay, mine is certified. I had a problem finding yours. Instead of Chrome, search some quick slides across YouTube. Oh, so you guys talking to each other. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that what we doing, Jose? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that, man? Did you just say, okay, I bet you did you reread what you just typed? Did you reread what you got to reread what you type before you hit that enter button, okay? Or whatever, or you click the mouse button. So is that what we're doing? Is that is that what we, dude? If that's what we're doing, all right. I tell you what. We'll talk offline more about that one, because you know what? If that's if we're doing that, if that's what we're doing, and we agree to that, I want to make sure that everybody get in on that. No, not what we're doing, but to come in to see that. We got to make that big time, man. So we would definitely have to advertise that, put that out there for everyone to see, to make sure that they tune in. Because if that's what we're doing, you let me know, man. I may need some extra time to practice. Now I have the show 19, so I have played just a little bit of 19. So, but let me know. My man, you guys read what he just put in there? He said 4. He says 4. Why 4? Why 4? Is that like you have? I mean, what's so special about the number 4? I'll wait. Come on now. I gotta move that over. Oh, you just playing? No, but no. I love a challenge. I love a challenge, dude. So I'm not me. Hey, and I'm a man of my word too. So I love a challenge. But yes, I definitely look forward to playing MLB with you, and we get some play time in, and just shoot it up, man. I'm looking for it. I'm getting the is it the Jackie Robinson version? What is it? See, you see where I'm at? I'm here and not here. I'll just say I'm getting the deluxe version. So make sure I get all the secret baseball bats and speedballs. No, I'm messing, man. I'm messing. I reckon YouTube needs better updates, recommendations, YouTube browsers. One, search some quick change the interface, etc. on videos instead of white as YouTube colors, dark incognito style. More updates YouTube needs. Anyone can go live without worrying about subs, get views and subs. Easier change your AC style on app instead of PC version. I'm gonna try to figure this whole YouTube thing out. I reached out to some people to try to get some advice. I did have a couple that reached out back, but I don't know about, if those big ones that I reached out to have even seen my comment or seen my message. So Hey. Can you guys still hear me? Am I talking too much? Do I need to turn the switch off? You know what? I'd like to say thank you to all 8 viewers. I see you. Thank you for joining this little stream here. We're just talking about anything and everything, man. Anything and everything. So if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, let's talk about it. Questions, anything. I appreciate that. I just want to make sure that this mic is good to go. I'll definitely make sure I tune it up so I can get the best quality out of it. It came in the mail today. It's called Fifine. Just picked up something that, didn't want to break the budget on Jasmine. I have MLB standard version. Also, you got the standard version. Good luck, man. Just to sum up, to be honest, YouTube right now is ruining itself like guidelines and stuff. You know what? The slots I was thinking the same thing because I was also getting copyright claims on just about everything so far that I put out. And to share with you guys, Epidemic Sound reached out to me and they were cool. They just pretty much walked me through what I needed to do. And I was like, this is silly. Why is Google doing this? I mean, I'm sorry, not Google, but why is YouTube doing this? And the latest copyright claim that I got was that I received was with Little Hope that I recently played like maybe a week ago. I think it was a week ago, and got copyright claims. Namco Bandai reached out and they was like, hey, take this part down. They was like, take it down. I'm like, man, you guys can't be serious. So I'm like, how does these YouTubers do it then? There's game streams all over the place on YouTube. So they still have like the music or like cutscenes and stuff still playing. I'm like, how do they do it? And that's one of the reasons why I reached out, because I'm like, because if you read YouTube's policy, it's pretty much telling you to get rid of it. It doesn't really help you out. Like, you got to reach out to the publisher, et cetera, try to, but it doesn't really mean that, it won't get taken. It's confusing in a way. It's kind of vague. So, I think it's silly. I think the way they got it going is silly. So I definitely agree with you on that one. In a way. Well, the good thing about what I'm doing now is because I have Adobe Premiere Pro, and what I can do is, let's say if I play a video game, right? Or, if I play a video game and there's music in there, what I can do is I can go into Premiere Pro and take the video that I just completed, put it in Premiere Pro, and I can mute the music and or add my own music to it. So when I do publish the video, they can't come back and say, there's copyright stuff here. I was like, no, I got the license to it, so here's the code, so you can't come at me. So yeah, I mean Namco, Namco Band-Aid, yeah, well, I mean, it's they reached out. I think they have like 30 to 45 days to reach out and say, hey, either get rid of this or we're gonna get you banned. And I mean, that's pretty much what YouTube's policy is stating. There's like, hey, they can request to take the video down, and then that can be, a strike against your channel. And I'm like, man, and I got to be honest with you guys, because I did reach out to YouTube on my first copyright claim, and they reached out to me and they was like, yes, this is what happens, when you, because I was like, look, I'm an upcoming, YouTuber, what do I need to do, from here? And they reached out to me and they was like, hey, you gotta make sure you're not uploading this and uploading that and et cetera, et cetera. And it wasn't really helping me out based on their response. So I was like, man, I have to figure this out, because I was like, man, I just got on YouTube like yesterday. I just got on YouTube and I'm getting a copyright claim. I'm like, this is crazy. So I don't like what's going on with what they're doing. Dude, yeah, Namco Bandai. I had to move like 4 segments in both Little Hope videos, and they were the the cut scenes. Well, Little Hope is like a movie anyway, but there were certain cut scenes in the game that explains a certain part in the story that I had to get rid of. I was like, if I take that part out, then if someone was to watch that video and wants to know what happened, they're going to be like, then wait a minute, how did it jump from here to here? So I was like, I mean, are you guys really being that petty? And I'm not making any money. I'm not making any money off any of my videos, period. I'm not even a YouTube partner. I only have 127 subscribers. I have maybe like 160 watch hours. I'm not even there yet. So I'm like, look, I did give you a shout out for it. I gave some of the companies their shout outs. I'm like, hey, this is not my content, my music, or this is not mine. This belongs to such and such. Still, it's like, get rid of it. I was like, all right. I was like, then I just might as well just get rid of the whole game. I mean, what else do you own in that game? Because if you're just picking these certain parts, who else reached out to me? Capcom. When I did the stream for Resident Evil 3 remake, Capcom reached out to me and they was like, hey, we need you to remove the very, what you call it, after the credits. Man, I forgot the term for it. But I mean, I don't want to spoil it if you guys hadn't played Resident Evil 3 remake. I mean, but it's the scene right after the credits that they wanted me to get rid of. I was like, okay, well, long as it's not the game, I'm cool with that. Hey, and then Capcom was like, thank you. I was like, okay, peace. Forget it. As long as it's not the game, dude, then it wouldn't make any sense, because then you got all these gamers on YouTube that still have their videos up. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. He said, "Ooper, I met Bandai Namco. Copyright like a big dog left out." Yup. Well, I don't have any copyright strikes. And I like what they're doing with the copyright claims though, because that's I think that's a good thing that they're doing that in a way, because they're not going directly to a copyright strike. You see what I'm saying? they're giving you the opportunity to rectify the situation with the publisher and say, hey, this is good to go. Oh, can I? Because the fair use policy still blows my mind. Sitting down trying to read that stuff, I'm like, well, it's not clicking with me at all. Period. Based on what all the other areas in YouTube's policy. So I'm like, okay, whatever it is, man. So again, but I do like that they're giving out copyright claims and not strikes. So it gives you the opportunity to fix the issue. And if you don't fix the issue and the publisher, if you ignore the issue and the publisher comes back and then all of a sudden you go into your YouTube and then you're like, wait, where's my YouTube channel? It's gone. Or you go into your YouTube and go into your videos, you got a strike. You're like, and they don't send you an email. They didn't the slot. If they sent you an email, let me know. But YouTube never sent me an email. I had to open up YouTube, go into my YouTube videos, and that's where I saw the copyright claims out to the right of my videos. So I would have never known if I didn't go into my videos. Copyright like a big dog. Yes, Jose, you just prepare for that spanking, man. Pause. You just get ready to play your heart out. I know you're a huge baseball fan. I think you said your father played baseball as well. So there should be no reason why you should lose to me. I'm gonna tell you this. To be honest, YouTube don't respect its clients. I don't reckon. I respect your position on that. I haven't spent enough time on YouTube, but I have received enough copyright claims to have a valid conversation with YouTube. I'm like, hey, what are we doing here? And I'm still trying to figure out the algorithm too, because I don't think nobody's coming looking at my content or whatever that I have up already. So when I put in my tags before I upload my video, I try to put in as many words as possible that's relating to the video. So when someone does go into YouTube and they search, hopefully my video will come up, but it'll probably be at the bottom of the list. I guess it's based on how many subscribers or what's popping at that time. So if you have a video that has like millions of views, they're going to come up first. They're going to come up first, and I'm probably like way down on the list. I'm like, well, ain't nobody coming in to see my content. So I got to do something to figure this whole thing out so I can get millions of views. Right. I'll never get millions of views. But I won't give up. SlotShare, he's cool as well. It could be a sponsor. SlotShare, he's cool. That's why I wish could be a sponsor. I just got to work on my craft again. I appreciate that, Jose. And I just got to find my niche. I got to figure out, what my passion, what I want to do. Because there's so much on YouTube, man. And I just gotta figure it out and, find out, what people like to see, what people want to see, and go from there. But at the same time, I want to be authentic. I don't want to be on here like, yo, guess what? I sometimes when I look at some of the YouTube videos, I think they're not authentic. It's not. But at the same time, I don't want to be boring either, because I know, some of my first videos, like I was like, I look boring. Like, dude, he's boring. He doesn't have anything that's that I would want to watch. So I just got to figure it out. Yeah, the end credit scene. Thanks, Firefly Gaming. Thank you. See, that's why I love when you guys are here, man. The end credit scene. That's what Capcom reached out to me and said, take it down. And I was like, that's it? Just that part? Bet. Take it down. As long as you didn't take the game. Because I was going to be petty. I was going to be real petty at that time because I wanted to get into it and say, well, what about, these videos here? They have the same stuff that I have, but you come at me. But I was like, you know what? Forget it. I have to figure it out. Devon, are you asking me what did I think of Godzilla vs. Kong? That's Marlon's favorite phrase when he streams live events. What's the phrase? Did I miss it? Oh, copyright like a big dog. Okay, I got you. You're making a start. Important. The reason people are frightened to move forward is because they don't take a step back to make 3 steps forward. If you see something trouble, gotta work with it, to be honest. Okay. Oh, you said I could tell you the score before the game even begins. Let's hear it. I mean, if you're that confident, Jose, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it going. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this let's make this big time because I think that it would be interesting, if we could. If you want to do it on YouTube or if you want to, I'm probably gonna stream it on YouTube because that's my focus right now. But if you want to stream it on Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch in years. Oh my goodness. But we can stream it on Twitch as well. And we can put it out there, on social media and be like, hey, the boy Jose, the boy JK, GR is, on that MLB stuff, man. Let's get it. They talking smack. They talking smack right now. So we're going to see who's the big dog. We're going to see who the big dog. Yes, I am doing retro gaming tomorrow. I am doing Contra. I just haven't put anything out there, but thanks for reminding me, though. I am doing Contra, and for what I'm going to do is, for if there's any other game at that time that you guys would like to see me play, I will ask that during that time. So, and I'm just trying to show some love. To the past, and I understand there are gamers out there that wasn't born in that era, and they're like, man, I don't want to see that. But I grew up in that era, and I'm pretty sure maybe some of you guys have too, and so that's where my heart is as well. And I was like, maybe I throw in the emulator and play some Nintendo games or Super Nintendo games and all those games that paved the way to where we're at today. And I tried to explain that to my son at one time, and he looked at it like, I'm not playing no Mario Brothers. Look at that. I got the Nintendo Switch. I was like, you have no idea, kid. You have no idea. This is Mario. This is, and it didn't even start with the Nintendo. I mean, if you want to take it back, we can go back to Atari. But he's not going to resonate with that at all. He's like, dude, I don't know nothing about no Nintendo, and that's where the conversation ended. He was like, nope, you're not going to get me to play this. Period. But I thought maybe if I could, make that part of what I'm doing here on YouTube, maybe that would spark something, and get people that was born in that era or are familiar with those games and be like, hey man, yeah, I want to go watch Mike Tyson Punch Out, or oh yeah, let's go check him out and see what he's up to, and try not to make it as boring as possible. But yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow, 6 to 10. We're gonna play some Contra. I got to have the code. I am gonna have the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the cheat code. So I'll probably I'm gonna put that in and see if that still works, and then we're just gonna keep it moving. And then from there, just if there's any other games that you guys want to see me stream, I'll throw it up, man. I'll throw it up. So. Work with YouTube guidelines in your own way, and I missed it. IG asked, help if you see something unfair. Yeah. Well, what the slots? What do you mean by that? Work with YouTube guidelines in your own way. I thought YouTube had a fair use policy. Yes, they do have. Have you read Firefly Gaming? Have you read YouTube's fair use policy? If you have not read the fair use policy, go read it. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. The attention span of someone reading a bunch of words is so small. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to click the I agree button. Click, done. How many times have we done that? But I had to sit down and read the fair use policy. And again, to me, it's like, what is YouTube talking about here? Because, I can pull it up and say, here it is. And here's what you guys are talking about. I'm like, sometimes it could be very vague. I'm like, okay, well, it's like, then, what's the point of this? What's the point? Because if you think that you fall up under that umbrella of the fair use policy, but then there's that smidget of words that say, hey, well, you can still get your YouTube channel. That doesn't mean you still can't get your YouTube channel taken down. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, you guys are being very redundant here, and it's not clear to me. I can only speak for myself. Okay, I thought YouTube had a fair use policy, so why would they be so harsh on? Dude, I'm telling you, my first video that came after me, my reaction videos, like to Nuke's Top 5, they came after me. My gaming videos, they came after me. Like I was sharing with you guys earlier, Capcom, Namco Bandai came after me. Epic Sound with their music, but the only publisher that was somewhat I wouldn't say somewhat decent. They were very polite through the whole process. Was Epidemic Sound. Period. That hype beat that you guys hear the boy Marlon play on his stream. That's the beat that I used, and YouTube hit me up like. Dude, they hit me up like in like seconds. Nope. Take it down. You can't I'm like, dude. So I had to dispute it. So when I disputed it, how can I put this? Every button, every box that I clicked or whatever pretty much did not answer the questions that I had. So it was pretty much telling me that they're gonna, hey, you can get a copyright strike or you can get your channel taken down. I'm like, man, okay, help me out here, okay? So again, Epidemic Sound, they reached out to me via email, and we went back and forth, and they walked me through the process, and it was like, this is what you need to do. And so Namco Bandai still have they just said take it down, so I took it down. I think a dumb thing is that people are caught up in a system or a controlling mental state where they upload not what they want, but what others want. So, example, COD be a girl in a bikini and people like that. You know what? You're right. The slots, you're right. If it's not appealing to them, they're not going to watch it. Okay? And you're absolutely right. If it's a girl in a bikini, or whatever your thumbnail looks like, because there are some clickbait videos out there. Okay? I've clicked into some videos of like, oh, let me check this out. Then, you got a girl in a bikini, and then you click into the video, it's somebody cooking a chicken. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, you got me. You got your view. Let's keep it moving. I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking, just to be messing, but I've done that before. So I'm like, so what do YouTubers want to watch? So that's where I have to do my research and be like, okay, I was looking at this kid. My wife was showing, she wasn't showing me. She was telling me about this kid that do toy reviews. And the kid has like over 20, 29, 30 million subscribers. And me and my boy Tim was talking about that. He was like, okay, well, you think about it. He's a kid. So think about that. He's a kid. So yes, kids are looking at that. So it appeals to that audience. You can't have a grown man on YouTube, reviewing toys. You guys are not going to want to watch that. You guys are like, look, dude, I'm 25 years old. I grew out of toys. So why are you doing toys, man? And, that's a common sense thing. And again, I just got to find my niche. I got to figure it out, man. I got to figure it out. But it's like, do you like to upload those things? I don't know. Our society's messed up. Well, people. Hey, the slots. The people are gonna like what they want to like. Again, that's something that that's out of our control. It is what it is, and what can you do about that at the end of the day? I don't know how much more I can say on that. All right, Jose, I'm gonna go back to you. You said 0-0. You said it's gonna end in 0-0. Is that gonna be the final score, 0-0? I don't know. Like, I guess yes, they do HB fair policies, but same time, it's not like YouTube is becoming very controlling. Now the slots. How much time have you spent on YouTube? And by the way, I'm gonna subscribe to your channel if you have a channel. And what's your experience, in dealing with YouTube? Because if you have something, some experience with YouTube, please share it with me. So, but I am gonna do my own, research and do my thing. And like I said earlier, I have reached out for some advice, so to make sure that YouTube is not screwing me, because I don't want to be taking stuff down that I know that it falls up under the fair use policy, and and I don't get that attention like other YouTubers are getting. I'm like, well, I have to go by the book, but if they're screwing me, I need to, or if you know something that I don't know, please share it. And they rich too. I'm like, why would you want? I mean, YouTube. Whoever owns YouTube, I'm pretty sure is like, wake up, take a shower, and money. Put on money. Go into their kitchen, sit down and eat money. Get up, walk out their door, and get in money. Drive that money to wherever they work at, open their door, and sit down at their desk, which is made of money. So why? What's going on here? But I can understand. Don't get me wrong now. I can understand it. You don't want to take anyone else's content and use it and make money off of it. I don't know that's what some YouTubers are doing. I don't know. So I understand that part. So if you had content, I'm going to shout you out and say, or I'm going to reach out to you, the slots, and be like, hey, is it okay if I can use this? I want to do a reaction to a video that you put up on your channel. Is it okay to do that? So that's going to be my approach from here on out. If for the 7 viewers that's watching me right now, I would do the same thing, to you guys, and like, hey, I saw a video on your channel. I loved it. I subscribed to your channel. I gave you a thumbs up. Do you mind if I react to this video and, put it up on my channel, as long as I, shout you out and, and go from there. I think that's the respectable way to do things. And so, I mean, there are some things, some areas in their policy that they need to come out and, and clear things up to me. I can only speak for myself, but I do understand some areas in their policies like, hey, it's not fair for me to get paid off someone else's content, if my channel was making money. Thank you, Firefly. I appreciate that. You said the same. You just said the same thing that Tim told me the other day. I just have to find that balance. Yep, that's it. It's almost exactly pretty much what he said. Find that balance between what people are gonna watch and what they like. But the challenge is that when you think of something and then you go research it, it's like, man, it's already out there. I mean, it's all over YouTube. I'm like, so how do I, put my own version of it out there to get people to come watch it, And I'm pretty sure it could work out, if I can find that and that whatever it is and say, hey, okay, so I see YouTubers are watching this a lot. This person has millions of videos. This person has thousands of videos. But at the same time, it's not my passion. It's not something that I want to do. And so should I fake it till I make it? That's not the approach I want to take. Like, okay, well, I'm going to do what this person is doing. He or she is getting 1 million views and has thousands or millions of subscribers. So why not do the exact same thing? Then that, for me, that wouldn't be authentic. I'd be like, no, I can't do that. And that was shared with me too. They was like, why don't you do what this person is doing? Why don't you do what that person? I don't want to do what that person is doing. Because right now, I am all over the place. And I'm pretty sure you guys have figured that out. I am all over the place. 1 minute I'm doing video game streams, and then I'm doing reactions, and or I'm doing something, but I'm I'm consistent in that area of being all over the place, but I'm not consistent with something that would stick out for the viewers to come in and check out and say, hey, yeah, I like this guy. I like what he's talking about. I like what he's doing. And hit the subscribe button. And, I'm going to tune in. But Firefly, you're absolutely right. So I'm definitely going to, mold what you just said into what I'm trying to do. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, Jose. We'll see. They crap. Yes, Skip. They crap. Dude, crap money. Spit money. Dude. So if that's just it, then what's the problem? But again, I have to respect other people's, what they're doing. I have to respect their positions, and that's something that I don't want to do without their consent. So I could understand that, and maybe they're covering their behinds as well. Maybe they can get sued by these companies or these publishers and be like, hey, well, you got all this content on YouTube, and we didn't agree for you guys to do that. So we won't, whatever you're making, we won't. Or you see them in court and be like, pfft. So I don't know. I'm learning the whole process as we go along. But I appreciate you guys coming through, though. I appreciate you guys hanging out with your boy for a little bit. I do really see that, and that's what I love about this whole thing. If we can come in, man, and we can chit chat and catch up. See what's going on. Everybody's doing well. Happy. We could be even happier, but you just gotta maintain and take it one day at a time, just one day at a time, and try to rise above all madness. There's so much that's going on right now. It's insane, and also you guys have probably received this wisdom as well. I know. But I'm just gonna, throw it back out there. I was always told that, someone somewhere else has it worse. So whatever you're going through in life at that given point, you're gonna have to tackle that. You're gonna have to tackle that, and just remember that, hey, it could be worse. It could be a whole lot worse. So I have to sometimes remind myself of that. When things, just pop out of nowhere and you're like, man, how am I going to deal with this? And, with the right people around you, the right energy around you, you can figure it out. And, just try your best not to let your spirit, be overwhelmed by it, and figure it out. I believe you can do it. You just have to know the algorithm and find what you like to do or whatever you like and put it in the work. I will work on it. Thank you for that. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Well. No, I'm not gonna mention that. So put it this way. Sorry. This is probably behind, but when you enroll in the military, strict, but you have to go with it because you want to be a veteran or whatever. So I've been on YouTube since 2015. Hey, the slots. I mean, were you in the military? I mean, if you were in the, if any of you were in the military, thank you for your service. So all the viewers, I mean, if you're on the stream, if you were in the military, or if you know someone that was in, the, if you have family members that was in the military, thank you for your service. Trust me, I really appreciate that. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years, and and until I was injured, but that's another time. But thank you for your service. If any of you were served in any of the armed forces or have family members that was in the armed forces, thank you. I really appreciate it. That's like that. You want to be a veteran, handle strictness. Want to be a YouTuber, handle the guidelines, but it's hard and it will be hard. But you go be tough. I sub to you, by the way. Keep being awesome. You know what? I'm gonna put you on blast, man. What's your what's your YouTube, man? Do I just look up the slots? Of course. You know that's why did I do that? Why did I do that? That made no sense at that given moment at all, period. Firefly Gaming said, I am too young to be in the military, but thank you for your service. I appreciate that, Firefly. Hey, the slots. Yeah, if you don't want that shown, if you have a YouTube channel, you could DM me out on Twitter, and I'll definitely sub. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I mean that's the standard across the board. I mean, it's just like it doesn't matter like what social media platform you go on, or there's policies for pretty much everything, and so you just got to be mindful. You got to be mindful and make sure you follow the policies, or they will come after you. So. A lot of the times we don't read that stuff, man. We just scroll through, and we just want to get into the game. Whatever the game is, we just want to get into it and keep it moving. So we don't take the time and read. I'm speaking, well, maybe I shouldn't say we. Let me go back to I. Most of the time, I don't read the stuff because it's just like, man, I don't have the attention span to sit down and read this. So I click that I agree button. But there's some things that that do catch your attention, and YouTube is one of them. YouTube is one of them. So that's why I'm like, wait a minute, let me really read this. Let me really read this, because I really need to read this. Let's say been through crap situations since birth. For you all, was born with cerebral palsy. Hey, Jose, I can sympathize and empathize with you. I know someone who has cerebral palsy, and I don't mind sharing this with you all. I mean,
it's coming from me, and my family, riddles with cancer, you know, all kinds of underlying conditions. And my son was just recently diagnosed with epilepsy. And that was one of the most scary moments of my entire life, And, watching, you know, your own flesh and blood, seizure in front of you is like, this is not it. This can't be it, man. It would tear you freaking apart. So, big ups to you, man. I guess you could say, how do you tell others, so that they can understand it all? Because I look at it this way: you have to go through the experience to understand it. Because I can sit and have the conversation with you all day, and yes, you can, sympathize with me or whatever, or based on your experience. But if you, based on your, I would say the correct word would be informal experience. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you haven't gone through the experience yourself, or been diagnosed with something, then I still to this day don't think you will understand, how difficult life can be. And, that's something that, that really tears me up sometimes. And I'm not asking for no sympathy or anything right now, or anything right now. It's just that it's tough. It's tough. And he's my son. He's my only son. And that right there was a very tough time. So, and to know that he's taking medication for the rest of his life, it's tough. He has to take it for the rest of his life. It's crazy. And I know you guys have probably been through some stuff as well. So, had some experiences in your life, and maybe with family or friends, or somebody that and it's tough. Maybe search the title India's Grand Theft Auto remakes are terrible. Got you. I got you, the slots. I got you. Oh, no. Hey, no need to apologize, man. Trust me, just like I mentioned earlier, I'm not gonna come at you. There's no reason to. But that example was, I understood the example after rereading it. So yes, I'm sorry to hear about your. Hey, appreciate the prayers. Just like I pray for everyone. When I go to bed at night, I pray for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, what you've done. I don't care if you freaking did some stuff that's against it all. I still pray. I still pray, man, because I look at it this way. Based on my belief and faith, that's
what it should be like. You know, just straight freaking peace and love. Everybody coming together as freaking one and keep it moving. You know, and that's what that's what I mean, because here's one thing that I don't do. Okay. Well, here's a couple of things that I don't do. Well, several things that I don't do. I got to get that right. I don't use I am human as a crutch. Or I'm not perfect as a crutch to justify my position. Because one, I already know I'm human, right? It's not like I'm going to wake up tomorrow and turn into a flower. Two, I already know I'm imperfect, right? I can't walk on water. Well, I tried. I can't walk on water, okay? So I don't use those as crutches to justify my position. So if I mess up, I'm going to own up, period. I'm going to say, hey, Firefly, Jose, the slides, I fucked up. Excuse my language. I messed up. I have no excuse for it because I knew exactly what I was doing. It's a process. You go from A to B. So that's why sometimes, it's strange to me when someone says I made a mistake. So here's my definition of mistake. If we're walking down the sidewalk and I'm texting, I have my phone here. I'm texting. I'm looking down, right? I'm looking down. And I'm looking down and I bump against you, right? I bump against you. There was no intent there, right? Even though I was looking down at my phone and I'm texting, not paying any attention where I'm going, but there was no intention there to bump against you. But I say, hey, my bad, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bump against you, right? That's my bad. I would consider that a mistake. Okay, I'm defining what I believe mistake is, right? But when you have a person go through a process and then you try to justify your position and say, oh, I made a mistake. No, you did not. How did you make a mistake? You knew exactly what you was doing. You went from point A to point B. Okay? Unless someone forced you to do something where you could not get out of it, or if you were impaired somehow where you could not reason, or you're not suffering from any underlying conditions, right? So you went through an entire process, but you're justifying your position saying, I made a mistake. That makes no sense, because you knew exactly what you was doing. Just own up. Just say, hey, man, I messed up. And I have no excuse for it. I know it's going to take some time for you to forgive me, but that's a step forward. A step forward is you owning up to whatever you've done. Now, sometimes that's hard to do. That's very hard to do because you don't want to hurt the other person. I had to learn from that because I kept stuff in which I shouldn't have kept in, but I had to say, hey, if I don't want to be a hypocrite, then I have to walk my talk. I can't just talk it. I have to walk it. I'm just preaching to you guys for a little bit. So forgive me if I'm going too far off to the right or left. So I wouldn't you know what? You say that I'm a good person and you deserve better. No, no, I I wouldn't consider myself, and I'm speaking on my own accord. I wouldn't consider myself a good person. Well, let me take that back. I would see everyone as a good person. Now, we as human beings can do things that's out of our character. I mean, it's out of our character. Like, and you're like, this is not who I am, or this is not who I want to be. Okay? So that T word is here, and it's always going to stay here, and that's temptation. And temptation can get into it doesn't matter what the situation is. You can be tempted and be like, bam. But sometimes it takes going through the experience to humble yourself and say, oh, wait, yo, let me back up. Let me back up. Because everything that comes with what you just gone through, it's not what you wanted. You're like, oh man, I didn't know all this was coming with that. So I'm like, ouch. So I just destroyed someone's career, or I just hurt someone's feelings, or I did this. I ruined my own career. I did this, et cetera, and I didn't expect all that to happen. So I'm not saying that's not the green light to say go through that experience. No, I'm not saying go out and rob a candy store. Don't do that. No, don't do that. So it's always like, because I'm a parent. If there's any parents in here, you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay? Me, growing up, I have two brothers. I have an older brother and a younger brother. And my mom pretty much raised us by herself, on her own. And we gave her complete HELL. Okay? I'm going to spell it. And once we got to a certain age, we started to realize, like, okay, not having a father figure in the house, we had a lot of the experiences came from the outside. We had to live those experiences from the outside because we didn't really have anyone to really teach us. Yes, we did have family members like, aunties and uncles, but the environment that we were in, they were not there. They were not present. I mean, they couldn't just come from wherever they were located to come teach us. So we had to learn from the outside. So now going through that experiencing and understanding life, now you have kids of your own. Okay? So now you have kids of your own. You're like, wow, man, now I have a little one of my own. I'm going to help shape and mold my kids, into what you want them to be, because my mom did that. Even though we gave her grief, and now I'm getting it tenfold. I'm like, wow, now my kids are mirroring what I did when I was young. I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. And sometimes you just have to go back and ask, like, Mom, what happened? What am I doing wrong? But then when you get the hang of things, and I'm sorry, I don't know if there's any parents viewing right now. But if there are any parents, in the chat or that's viewing, I'm just sharing my a little bit of my story, and this is crazy, man. I'm still digressing in life lesson. I mean, life in life, which is crazy. Yeah, I believe everybody's a good person. It's just that the decisions that we make in life could take us in different directions. It can impact us, positively, or it can impact us negatively, or both. It's just some people know how to deal with it based on experiences. So others may need help, finding their way through it. And just so if you ever happen to go through experiences in life, take a sit back and assess and try to learn from them. And then, then you'll get it. You'll get it and be like, hey, what we just went through is crazy. Imagine if that happened to Though, right? Oh my God, I turned into a flower. Yeah, if you turn into a flower waking up, if you wake up and turn into a flower, I, I don't know what to say about this world. Then am I wrong? Then I would be wrong. I'll be completely wrong. I mean, wake up one morning and be like, what happened to, what happened to the boy? Yeah, I already turned into a flower, dude. I'm afraid I'm going to turn into a fly tomorrow. And there's fly traps all over the place. Oh, man, that's crazy. You are speaking facts. I appreciate you guys listening, man. I really do. I get crappy anger problems that happened to me once I said sorry. He goes, you should watch where you're going. I was like, what the F did you say, bro? I'll hurt you. It was wrong and my actions aren't justified. I was in the wrong. Well, here's the thing about me. I cannot determine the outcome of someone else's life, right? And what you do. Only you can control what you do. Okay? Like I said before, unless you are in a position where you cannot control what you do. Okay? But here's one thing that I'm not going to do is judge you. I can't. And I've looked. You have, when you pass judgment on someone, it's based on facts. There's no other way around that. Okay? It's based on the facts. If you have the facts, then you can have that conversation and then you can pass judgment. So I wouldn't say, I'm not going to come at you and say, yeah, you were wrong because of what you said. That's not my place. I wasn't there. I wasn't there to see what happened. You just shared an experience with me and you said that you were wrong. So that takes courage. It takes courage for someone to admit that they were wrong. But the person sitting in the seat in front of you is not judging you or making up stories in their head. Okay? And that's one thing that I had to get away from because I was that way when I was young. Like I said, I wasn't perfect. I was a hypocrite. I was passing judgment, artificial judgment on people. I would say things and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when it came back tenfold to me, I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, no, this is not it. Because I have people telling me that this is wrong, but I was doing it because I wanted to conform. I wanted to fit in with the in crowd. Everybody else is doing it. So why can't I do it? So I was like, man, you know what? I got to get past this. I can only speak for myself. Again, I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for myself. And dude, I'm not gonna put on no facade, man. What you see here is what you're getting. But I'm gonna be honest with you though, freaking, if it's fact, I'm gonna speak on it. Period. If it's facts, I'm going to speak on it. And and I would want someone to call me out too, because if you see me doing something, or if you hear me say something different than what I shared with you, or who you think that I am, or painting this picture up, tell me, because I have an on and off switch. So if I said something out of character, you'd be like, hey, wait a minute, is that who you really are? I'm like, oh, did I say that? I'm sorry, that's on me. That's totally on me. So I have to fix that. But again, like I said, I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm not perfect and I'm only human. I'm not gonna use those two as a crutch to justify my actions. Period. Oh yeah, the slot saying is you are a product of your environment. Yes, you can be, but you can change that though, or shall I say, one can change that. I mean, you can come from a place where it's down here, right? It's down here, and this is all that you know. This is what you've been taught. So once you get to a certain place and the rest of the world starts to hit you, you can either stay there, you be like, this is what I was taught, or you can allow, the rest of the world to hit you and then jump over. But you have to be careful, because once you jump over, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, because now you're in this conflicting state. I mean, that's the way I look at it. You're in a conflicting state. Like, man, I was taught this. Now I'm over here, because there's so much information coming at you. There's so much of it. And it can impact your way of thinking and how you live your life, et cetera, et cetera. So you can, if one can use their own mind and their own thinking, their own reasoning, and say, okay, this is what I was taught here. Now I'm here. I'm getting all this information here from the rest of the world. Hold up. I want to be my own person here. I want to be in control. I don't want other people to dictate my life for me. Yes, there's going to be influences out there, and you can consider those influences. But it's all up to you where you want to be. It's all up to you where you want to be. Life would be tough, but to be honest, it's up to you if you want to be better than good or better than crap, meaning having good surroundings is key. Correct. Correct. Yes. Yeah, I agree. One can change that. You can break that cycle. Yes. I wholeheartedly believe in that. You take control. You take control of your steps. No one else has control of you. So it's just like waking up in the morning, You get up in the morning, you have this process that you go through, You go through that process. You are in control of that at that given time. So You control that. Not to say that, hey, not to, consider, others into your mix, or, and try to mold yourself in a way that you believe that's good, and that's when that positive energy will come. You're like, man, this is it. Like, but only you can do that. Only you can do that. So, all right, guys, look, I am going to get off here. I appreciate the love. I really do. I appreciate you guys coming through. Matter of fact, I feel a whole lot better from this vaccine shot, and also feel better that you guys came through to listen to me speak on some things, and I look forward to chopping it up with you guys again. Again, tomorrow I will be doing Contra for the Nintendo. Doing some retro gameplay, and I'll ask you guys if you guys want me to play anything else. So it doesn't matter. Well, actually, it does matter what it is, because there's only I only have specific emulators on the computer, and I got the PS5, and man, I definitely look forward to that. So thank you guys for coming through. Hey Tim, you kind of a little late, man. I see that you got all your grapes in. Well, if you missed everything that we talked about, these guys showed a lot of love to me today. So if you want to go back and watch the video, I will post that up on YouTube in my video stream. So check it out. Troy is filling me in. Oh, so Troy was in here. Papa Shadow was in here. All right. So, those my guys. I love those guys, man. Even if they don't love me, whatever. I'll see them later. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate you guys. Or if there's any ladies viewing as well, I appreciate you coming through. I'm not gonna sit here and praise myself. There's no point in doing that. I mean, we're all in this together. One team. I don't want to ever try to put myself above another at all. Period. And I hope my guys don't think that I'm doing that at all. If I am, let me know. And we'll chop it up next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys take care of yourself. Be safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.